hoping for more and more individuals to uh, find their spiritual path and move forward towards true happiness. So, this is from Unshakable Spirit, number 9. Anger is the enemy. A certain Swiss philosopher was famous for his even temper. A woman who worked as his housekeeper for 10 years swore that she never saw him so much as frown in anger. One time, a prankster offered to pay her if she could make her employer, a friend of his, lose his temper. The housekeeper thought and decided what to do. Her master liked his bed neatly made, so she deliberately left it unmade. The next morning she fully expected a reprimand, but he only commented, smiling, "Say last night when I went upstairs the bed wasn't made." One night wasn't enough, she thought. The next night she left the bed unmade again. In the morning he said, "You know the bed wasn't made last night either. You must have been busy. Make it tonight, will you?" But she didn't. On the third morning, the philosopher summoned her to his study and said, "I see you didn't make the bed again. You must have your reasons for not doing it. Anyway, I've gotten used to making it myself, so from now on, I'll take care of it." The housekeeper had expected a thorough dressing down. At this show of generosity, she broke down, fell at her employer's knees, and sobbed out the whole story, begging his forgiveness. The philosopher never left off smiling. He bore the undeserved ill treatment with admirable patience. Unchecked anger is a raging flame that devours all goodness. The following story illustrates the danger. Once, due to a servant's carelessness, a rich man's dinner was eaten by a lamb. The servant received an angry rebuke, and for spite, he threw hot coals onto the offending animal. The lamb's fleece caught fire, and the animal ran in panic into the barn. The fire spread to thousands of head of sheep, and in the end, the rich man's barn and home burned to the ground. One person's anger spreads out in waves without end. Know that anger is the enemy, and patience is the foundation of long lasting peace. He who expresses anger with his mouth is an inferior man. He who grits his teeth and does not express his anger is a middling man. He who shows no sign of anger, even when he is boiling with rage, is a superior man. Okay, very good. So, yeah, a lot of people they think they have an enemy somewhere out there, and so they resent that enemy and they become bitter about it. But in Buddhism, we believe the enemy is internal. So our own anger, for example, is the enemy. And yeah, it was very obvious. The examples, you know, um, instead of being angry at the maid, you know, uh, just being angry for the sake of being angry, that raises our blood pressure, it weakens our heart muscles. It's not good for us. To remain calm and practice patience and find the cause of why a person is behaving the way they do. There is a cause. It's not happening randomly or by chance. So, how deeply do we understand this law of cause and effect? That there is a cause behind every effect. So, this philosopher seem to have understood that you must have your reasons for not doing it. Well, in this case, the reasons were she on purpose received money to make him angry. So I'm sure he didn't know that was the reason, but he knew there was a reason. So to ignore that reason, to ignore that ironclad law of cause and effect, the universal law, turning our back to the universal truth, and then relying on our self centered ego that I just want to have my bed done. That's all I care about. I don't care about the truth of the universe. So this attitude is actually becomes our greatest enemy, according to the Buddha. As long as we have this attitude, so it's very difficult to find happiness. Yeah, so our happiness begins to grow when we recognize where this problem, how this problem is created, what we can do about it. Yeah, and the second story also, it showed very well how raging flame devours all goodness. And it, like a boomerang, it comes back to us. Whatever we give out, it comes back to us. So it's very important to remind ourselves of the destructive nature of anger. And thanks to this recitation meditation on a daily basis, so we are cultivating patience little by little, which becomes the basis of long lasting peace. Yeah, and we can invite our friends and family members to read this story together with us and just invite them to share their views and just listen to their views. That's also cultivating patience. It's a superb good deed. So, having dialogues in a calm and peaceful manner, it's an art of living we want to learn. So, I'm very happy that all of us here today practicing this meditation together. And yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful start of your weekend. And also, we have women's group and our advanced happiness lab. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Peter.
My pleasure. Take care, guys.